What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Welcome yet again. Which one has been connected? Sorry, we are a little bit late, later than planned, but we are here and we are live. That is, yeah. So, thank you guys for joining us. We are here and we are live at the Amateur Show, Radio 254, and I am your host with the most, the man with the plan, Stephen Hazan. And yes, I know we are behind schedule, and you guys were actually expecting me to be here exactly by 12 in the dots. But yeah, life ni hivyo, life ni mbio mbio. Hadi saizi time inakimbia as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, we're still joined with Britney. Britney is here. How are you, mama?
I'm good.
Peo umekimbia kama mimi.
Watoto wamenicheka huku nje.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but anyway, we had to do it for them.
We had to do it for you guys. We have a very good topic that is in line for you people. I'm sure you liked what we had in store yesterday. And today is going to be something even better, something that will mash you guys up, something that you like to listen to and you like to hear. I'm sure that you people would like first and foremost to settle in, just to listen to some good music, just, to get a vibe of where we're going with this. So I'm going to play you some good tunes as we settle in, as everything, calms down, as we tuliza, because life inaendanga haraka. And as we have told you right now, pia si tunaharakishwa na time. And I think time inaenda haraka because we are nearing the end days. Even mimi niliambiwa.
But we are.
Siku za mwisho zinafika. Ni Yesu sasa tunagojea akuje.
Topic leo hata mention.
I swear to God. So, first and foremost, just to lighten up the mood, we're going to have a song by Bruce I hope I'm saying this name correctly. Melody, Sawa Sawa, featuring Calligraph Jones. I hope you guys love it. We're going to hear it and, just settle down, relax as we get everything on the road. So, without further ado, here is Bruce, Sawa Sawa, featuring Calligraph Jones.
Now that you're gone away, my heart will always stay. So young and free like we will, we'll always be. Hata wengine wakisema, watasema, sababu niko sawa, niko njema. Who you're blessed, no man can test. I let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Just let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. I let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Just let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa.
Mambo freshi, staki kesi, kata keki, haraka upesi, sina ubaya, misi teti, kaniguoku, kona jeshi, paper chasing, money making, kali taking, overtaking, kani racing, tuko fao, nipe malkia, staki ya shao. Bruce Melody, that'll be my brother, but I show you how we flip it, kabado uja discover, tunaleta ka ibada, inya wale bakorada, tusipoge jo baraka, ni mwana mkono wa baba, I'm on a roll, nimechill kama kokbari, this is when nimekuwa nikiflow zaidi, niko sawa sawa, si wanagawa gawa omundu strong rungu pia ni ya power. So here we go, a chini jo, upo shwari, mambo shwari. So here we go, a chini jo, from Nairobi to Kigali. So here we go, a chini jo. Say 1, 2, 3.
Hata wengine wakisema, watasema, sababu niko sawa, niko njema. Who you're blessed, no man can test. I let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Just let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. I let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa. Just let it go, sawa sawa, sawa sawa, sawa sawa.
Yes, sir. And that was Bruce Melody featuring Calligraph Jones Sawa Sawa playing right here at Radio 254, your home of African Kenyan music. And I said, I'm your host with the most, the man with the plan, Stephen Hazan. And as I always tell everybody who's tuning in today, that is HAX. ANS for everybody who is here, who is live, who's joining me, and you have not touched that dial. And of course, this is the Amateur Hour, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, my friends indeed, my friends in need, Pridney and Mabizela. How are you guys doing? Introduce yourselves again. Probably kuna watu hawakuwa kwa show jana. Probably there are people who never heard you. Probably kuna watu hawaku get to know you guys. You know, you can introduce yourself again. We get to know the pretty Pridney and the undisputed Mabizela. We start with Pridney.
I'm Pridney Kariuki,
Yep.
a student at JQuartz. Currently here to be here and live and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. What about you, Mabizela?
I'm Abizela Tlatlo, like I said yesterday. I'm here to represent the society
There
and
you
everything
go.
with regards to how the gender issues and the society
Is playing
is
out.
playing out.
Have tough conversations.
Tough conversation, controversial conversations, as a matter of fact. So today I chose a topic that is very, very controversial. A topic that is controversial not only to our listeners but to ourselves. And it's mostly going to, I don't know why, but I usually feel like I have a mission to talk to Gen Zs and millennials because I feel like I can resonate with those people more.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who are millennials and I'm a Gen Z myself, so I can relate even further. You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to talk about something that is creeping in Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya is a nini. Let me say this, and I don't know if I'm going to say it in the most polite way, but I'll try. So Kenya is this type of place whereby they see trends, mostly Western trends, and they hop on Western trends very fast.
Yeah.
Mostly Kenyan Gen Zs, Kenyan millennials. We like to hop on new trends, and as we speak right now, there are a lot of trends that are happening.
Yeah.
In the Western culture.
Yeah.
There is the LGBTQ movement that is now there. We have the feminist movement or the leftist movement. And now, to counter the feminist movement, we have the red pill movement or the MGTOW movement. That's men going their own way movement.
Yeah.
And we have a division. We have people like Andrew Kibe who are in the red pill side, and then we have all the other females who want to be self-proclaimed, who want to be self-independent, all in the other side. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it all comes down to something that we're going to talk about today. It all comes down to gender. It all comes down to gender roles, to sex, and when I'm talking about sex, I'm not meaning intimacy. I mean like female or male sex. And yesterday we were here and we talked about relationships. We talked about the roles that men are supposed to play in relationships, the roles that women are supposed to play in relationships. But now what we're going to talk about today is not anything to deal with relationships. Rather, it's more to deal with society. How gender and sex are now ruining society. Obviously, our president, once he was elected, he said that he went on CNN live. I think it was either CNN or Al Jazeera, and he said that the LGBTQ movement is not accepted in Kenya. We have Ugandan president who also said that is not accepted in his country, and he got a lot of backlash for the same.
Yeah.
But that, needless of all that, still this culture is creeping in Kenya. It's creeping inside Africa. It's creeping inside our homes, and we have our friends that we know who actually do practice LGBTQ.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we
do.
Of course, even though they're not caught and they're not taken to prison, we do know that we have them, right?
Yeah.
It's not false. So today I'm just going to be brainstorming with you guys, asking you a little bit of questions here and there, trying to actually get into the middle of all this, trying to find our balance. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? So first and foremost, we're going to be talking about gender and sex. What do you think? Is there a difference, or is gender and sex similar, or is it different? We'll start with you, Mabizela.
Sex, as you said, it's not about like the intimacy part. It's about being a male or a female. But with gender, it goes with regards on how the behavior, the character of a person, and also how a person puts themselves. Like what type is he? What does he do? yeah, something like I can say that, like sex is with regards to male and female, and gender,
Gender is
is
more
based on
the
character,
roles.
yeah, and roles.
Okay, okay. What about you, Mama?
I think just like he said, sex is male and female. It's what John has that Abigail doesn't have.
Yeah, yeah, it's biological.
It's biological. What I can see, you
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
Gender is more of your character.
The character,
The
yeah.
character. John and Abigail could have the same character, but different
With
sex.
different sexes.
I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So I was looking this up yesterday night, and and it was like exactly what you said. Sex is biology. Sex is he has equipments that I do not have. Abigail
Yeah.
has equipments that Steven doesn't have.
Yeah.
But then gender is more of a social construct. It's more of what of what we feel in the inside, I guess.
Yeah.
Hormones.
It's hormones.
It's hormones.
It's hormones.
It's hormones.
But where do we draw the line? Is what I'm talking about. Where do we draw the line? Imagine you, Britney. You get pregnant, you raise a son, very good son, and then he tells you that he feels like Abigail. Where do you actually draw the line?
Feeling like Abigail is okay. Being a son and feeling like Abigail is okay for me. The only part I wouldn't want is for my son to shy away from the world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my son to feel like I can be Abigail at home, but when I go outside, I have to become Moses.
Yes, yes,
Because of the
yes.
society. So I think what I do is try and encourage my son to be who he is, because that's what he feels like he is. And I don't feel like there's no one who told me, Britney, you have to be like this. So
Yeah.
why should I be the one to force my son to be a different person?
One will say children do not even have the understanding to even choose the food that they want to eat. Children don't even know the meal that they're going to eat leo usiku. Yet a child wants to come, and because we have already this thing is public. People know about this. Even young children know about gender and LGBTQ and homosexuality and so on and so forth. This child who doesn't even know how to make sane decisions on what he's going to eat today night. Will you allow him to make sane decisions on what he wants to actually do with his own sexuality?
That's the point where now you say absent fathers, yeah? So at that point when I start feeling like my son is acting like Abigail, well, I wouldn't blame myself because I did my part.
Yeah.
At a part you just say the father maybe was absent, or maybe if the father is actually present,
Yeah.
then he failed. Sadly,
Oh, yeah.
he failed.
Do you think, Mabizela, it's the side of the father figure to actually control and implement this gender to the okay? Because even though your father was out there, did you ever feel like a lady ever before?
No. Yeah, it also plays with how someone is raised. But for me, I feel like, yeah, it's more of how someone is raised. Like mostly, like generally speaking, people think like when you're raised by a single mom, you won't have that like masculinity that a man should have, because a dad raises a boy to be a man that he was, or a man that he wants to be. Because there's some situations in different houses whereby your dad is the one who tells you what to do, what course to do, and how you are to raise yourself.
Yeah.
Like in instance, let's say in a family,
Yes.
a dad is known to be someone who is strict, but
Yes.
a mom is someone who is soft,
Yeah.
like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Whereby if you do something, your mom tells you, I'm going to tell your dad, and the child is supposed to know that if the mom tells the dad, then there's going to be war, or there's going to be some punishment. Yeah.
Okay, I do understand that. Me, there's a time I remember when I was a kid. Yeah, I wore my mom's pom poms, like her.
Tell me you were beaten.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh yes, I was expecting that.
I had worn her nini, her high heels,
Uh-huh.
and then I wanted to now act like a girl. I was
Yeah.
even doing the hand thing, and then I
Yeah.
went and walked in front of my dad, and I swear to God, the ile facial expression ya mzae za kupea,
Yeah.
you feel like you're being swallowed.
Yeah.
And I swear from that day henceforth, I knew the difference of acting like a woman and acting like I knew.
But I also tend to feel like the men who like lack the father figures and tend to spend more time with their moms will tend to copy their moms, and that's how we end up with hajui ni nani exactly. You get?
And as a matter of fact, when you say that, would you also allow yourself to say that then the lack of father figures in a household contributes more to our children or the next generation or our Gen Zs and millennials to actually drifting away from the African culture, drifting away from the norm. Because, as we said yesterday, even in the show,
Yeah.
most families are single mom families in Kenya as we speak. So what does that mean? Most of our sons will be raised by single moms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some mom that are like acting like also a father figure. Let's not like just say like only some if like in a family whereby there's no father figure, there's some mothers who can raise, like they take the responsibility of a father and raise this son or daughter of theirs to be
Yes.
straight and to be not like wanting like this Steve wants to be like Abigail.
Yeah.
There's some mothers who rule by iron, and so but in a high percentage, father figure really affects.
Affects.
This
Because-
But
situation.
do you also know that sometimes it also happens that your father is still around physically,
Yeah.
but he's not there
Emotionally,
emotionally. He's
yeah.
not there, so he's still an absent figure. So now maybe he works all the time, yeah. So he's not there, and most of the time. Please don't forget that maybe you have also sisters. So you're the only boy in that home. You've never had a one-on-one with your dad.
Okay.
So you're also not sure of who is a boy exactly.
Okay.
You know, being surrounded by sisters and your mom, it will just make you change. This is also, I'm about to say something, but yeah, it has also happened
true,
to me. Hanging out with boys a lot, it will make me as a girl now, kidogo utapata now, I'm not afraid.
Tomboy,
I'm not afraid to jump off cliffs. I mean, I can do that. But hanging out with other girls,
Yeah.
an insect is then like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. As a matter of
So-
fact, it's scientifically proven that
Yeah.
when men hang around with women, it even reduces their testosterone. The testosterone is the
Ooh.
hormone that
Yeah.
makes you a man.
Yeah.
That makes you grow beards. That make you have that base. That makes your physique. So even hanging around with women, so much of your time hanging around with women, and that's why even men are usually encouraged. Go hang out with your boys. And kind
Yeah.
of boys who go.
And even as a kid, you see, I love these parents that tell a boy, go out there with the men. Don't stay in the kitchen with the other women. What are you doing there? Go out, go see what the other men are doing. And for a lady, don't go out there. Don't go jumping off cliffs.
Exactly. Relax.
From just being a small girl,
Yeah.
and just do what your mother is doing.
So,
You get?
question for you, Mabizela, in regards to all of that. Would you like a masculine girlfriend? By masculine girlfriend, I mean King Kalala type of woman. would you like King Kalala to be kuja na hiyo base fulani kuja kwambia babe mimi nataka unipe saa hii?
No, no, I wouldn't like a type of that because most of it I'll be seeing like she's controlling.
Yeah.
And I should be the one controlling. So I doubt if it will end up good. I think we can only date for maybe a week. Then
It will just be for the fun of
yeah,
it.
because mostly like I have to represent men out there. So if some other men see me like I'm with that type of lady,
Yeah.
they'll be like, this lady is the one who is
He's
now
the one
ruling this guy."
who's controlling this
Who's
relationship.
because I know if I'm hanging with my friends and her, there's some type of masculinity that she has
Yes.
that will also affect me and my friends. And my friends will be
True.
like, okay, now you know the way this lady is doing, let us just go away and leave Mabizela with her.
With her, yeah.
So it will definitely affect me.
I feel like that's unfair. So if all of you do say that, sasa people like King Kalala, unataka wafanye nini?
Si akwe feminine.
Let me-
She
no.
is.
She's
Kama
not
actually
feminine,
kama
she's a girl.
kama unapewa, kama anakubali uingia that place.
Yeah.
And then kubali, she can't be your girlfriend.
I-
Kama anakubali uingie,
No,
why not?
But I don't know if you guys know this. This story of King Kalala. I don't know if you've heard it. But do you know she had she was in a relationship and the boyfriend who left her
Yeah.
came to her and told her that she is a gay person.
Ooh.
Yeah. She has told that story several times in her
Yeah,
interviews.
I've heard
and
that story.
the boyfriend told her that for him, she likes going for sim too.
Yes. Oh.
That's how King Kalala left the boyfriend.
Wait, the boy is the one who likes to go to swim too, or Kalala likes to
The
go?
boyfriend.
The boy.
The boyfriend.
Yeah. King Kalala is straight.
So yeah, they're actually girls with like all that masculinity.
Yeah.
But they're actually girls. They're not into other women. You get, they're also into you men.
Yeah.
But now if all of you do say that's because because of her voice and all that, and do you know maybe she uses her voice to project whatever she's trying to say, because she's so tiny, so many people will not even listen to her if she does not use her voice.
Okay.
So her voice is what she's using, and there's so many girls outside there who tend to maybe use their voice and all that. So for me, as long as a girl anakubali, okay,
Yes.
all that, just go for her.
Okay.
Maybe if I change her, man. Maybe if I tell her, like, if there's a way that she can change her voice, because the voice part
Change
will scare me.
what?
Because
Change what?
Usikona kwambia babe
man,
nipe
that is
saa
scary.
hii.
Unafaa kumpea.
That is scary for me. That is
Yeah,
scary.
it's
man.
traumatizing.
Why is
All
it
I'm
scary? Why is it scary?
Okay, for me, all I'm saying is,
It will be like me and we are two men in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, two men in
But
the
wingi
house.
sim too.
Yeah, it's
Ni
true.
sawa,
but,
I mean-
but okay. Let me say this, even though it can be controversial.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are making out,
uh-huh.
what type of sound will
When
be?
you make na voice.
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah.
you know, with men, when you're becoming intimate with a lady, it will be like, with men it's more about
The mental
thing,
Yeah.
what they hear and what they see.
Yeah.
With women, it's about emotion.
Yeah.
But for me, if I said,
Oh, yeah.
man, that thing will affect.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
That thing they will affect me,
Jesus
man.
Christ. Okay, me, all I'm saying is, I'll prefer a woman who is more in her feminine. Like, I like a Disney princess, is what I'm saying.
Disney, go. You just go to Disney. Just go to Disney.
You know what I'm talking about?
When you work out, they're not.
Like, I want you soft, tender. I want you to be feminine.
Sasa nsijipiganie.
Okay, fight. Ujipiganie where? It determines where you draw the line.
Right now, women are fighting every time because
Fighting for what? Fighting for inequality, equality.
There's some places where equality kidogo, it has to be there. But you see, women are always fighting to be heard. So nisijipiganie, nisikuwe na hiyo voice yenye naweza tisha 3-4 men.
Oh.
Nisiende gym, niende go do some workout, and then I come and you know what? I don't need you to fight for me. Tukiibiwa mahali.
I'm telling you this now, and I know even some people who will be listening to me who are my aunties. I'm so sorry, I won't mention their names, but it's true. I know my aunties who still till right now, they haven't found husbands, they haven't built families, and they have already hit the wall. You know, women usually hit the wall around the age of 27, 30. Once you get there, your sexual market value starts going down.
Ooh, wow.
So this mama, for most of her life, she was the masculine in all her relationships. All her boyfriends who she has ever gotten, she was the one who had the balls in the relationship. And all of them never used to like that. So right now, she's rich, very rich, successful, very successful. She owns the cars, she has the big house, but she's lonely.
She's not.
She's very lonely.
She's not.
Why do you say she's not?
What I'm saying she's not is when you have money, that means you can go everywhere. I don't need. Okay, plus you also have friends.
That means okay.
That's a lonely part.
I tell you why
Dildo.
Britney. I tell you why I'm Britney. Oh yeah. Dildo. I mean dildo. Even boys masturbate, but after even they masturbate, they're still lonely.
Yeah, you know one thing with the, that dildo doesn't have that, like.
It's not going to show you love. It's not going to show you affection.
Other people will.
Let me tell you another thing.
How?
Let me tell you another thing about gender and roles as we're talking about this. I do believe that gender for women, any person you see in this world who's walking and breathing, anyone came out of a woman. Everyone who's walking, breathing, working, everyone, me, you, came out of a woman. But everything that you see created, this studio that we're in right now, this microphone we're talking with, the roads we use, the cars all were created by men.
Yeah.
All of them. The houses that you live in created by men.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is the bottom role of a woman is to procreate, to give birth, to continue the generations. The sole purpose of a man is to create things, to make infrastructure, so that those people who are coming into the world can have a good place to live in. You understand what I'm talking about?
I do.
So if men are not creating things, are not creating purpose, are not creating infrastructure and this and that, and then women are also not having, are not bearing children and are not having family, those two people are dysfunctional. So you can find that my aunt, she has the money, she has everything, but she doesn't have a family.
But now I have a question. I get everything that you've said, but now looking at the position of maybe your aunt and other ladies at that point, yeah, it was the men that rejected her just because she was a little bit too much of what you expected, what you want.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
why is it that you as a man can't level up and be better than she
But
is?
it regards to the standards, like,
exactly. That's double
standards.
standard. That will mean that then, if she's the masculine, then this man has to be the feminine, so that that relationship can balance.
If she's masculine, definitely she's not like 100% masculine.
She is, trust me. She
Okay,
is.
if she's 100% masculine, then you as a man, you need to level up and get to 150. No debate. And that's what you
Umesikia,
should do.
sasa hiyo itakuwa fahari wawili kwa nyumba moja.
Yeah.
Yes, na mtajua vile mtaishi. But
No,
you see,
it cannot
just
happen.
because
Can't
men are
happen.
afraid to level up, that's why they leave this type of girls, and
Wait,
they get to that
There's
age.
there's a Netflix documentary. I forgot the name, but there's a lady champion, these gym things whereby Mr. and Mrs. like this.
The
when
gym,
they
the
go-
weightlifting.
Yeah, weightlifting.
Yeah.
The man won, and the lady also won.
Yeah.
Actually, they were from the army. Do you know that this lady was a masculine guy? So the man tried to be like also masculine. Do you know that it ended up that this lady killed the man because she saw that this guy is like nothing to him because most of the time she could even be the guy.
Let me tell you.
Because
Let me tell you why that wouldn't work. The way Mabizala is saying, they will kill each other. Mabizala.
they'll kill each other.
I tell you why, Britney. It's because even when you look at homosexual relationships or gay relationships, one of them has to be masculine and one of them
Yeah.
has to be feminine, regardless
Yeah,
of the
it
sex.
does.
Yes, the sex is similar, but one of them has to assume the gender of male and one of them has to assume the gender of female for that relationship to balance. So if I come into the house and I'm masculine and still my wife is masculine, then that will not work. If I also come to the house and my wife is feminine and I'm feminine, then
That
who
will also
does
not
not
work.
it won't work. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
it
talking
won't
about?
work, yeah.
One of us has to submit to being themselves. You know what I'm talking about?
And that's why I said previously that even in a family whereby some children being raised, there has to be like a good cop, bad cop, like a father and
Yeah,
a mom.
exactly.
Whereby the mom is kind of compassionate and the father is kind of strict. Whereby if the mom sees the child is doing something wrong, she can tell the child, okay,
Nitaambia daddy.
Yeah, nitaambia daddy. And the child knows that if daddy is told,
The war.
it's war or punishment. So this is something that has to happen. You guys have to not be the same
So,
for it to work out.
so as a matter of fact, I did some research yesterday. I wish I was able to actually show the viewers, but this research showed that most families that, or most males that were raised by single moms, either end up dropping out of school, end up in prison, end up as homosexuals or assume different genders, or rather they become nothing in society because they miss that masculine trait, that masculine gender. You know what I'm talking about? So with all that in mind, basically, do you think it is good for us to accept our friends and our family members who come to us as homosexual, as gay, or as, LGBT or anything of that sort? Do you think, yes, we see their sex is male, we see that their sex is female, but they are coming and acting in a totally different way? Would you be able to accept? Mabizela?
For me, if it's if it's my own family, if I'm the man, I can't allow that shit.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
I won't allow. But if it's a friend, they know how they chose their own path. I
Yeah.
cannot like tread for someone their own path.
yeah.
They have to tread their own. It's their family. But for me, if I have a child and that child comes to me and tells me that she's gay or he's gay or they're bisexual or transgender shit, I want my child has to be straight.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter what. If they come to me that they are this and this,
Yeah.
Oh, there has to be consequences.
There has to be
I'll
consequences.
beat the crap out of them. Okay, to the viewers and listeners, I'm really sorry
Wait,
for
no,
this.
this is
But
Kenya.
I'm really sorry
This is
for this.
Kenya.
It's Kenya,
Women,
yes.
children
No.
can get beat the fuck out.
Yeah,
It's not America.
But for me, yeah, man, I can't raise a child who is bisexual, transgender, or lesbian.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's just not. It's just not
it's
you,
not,
bro.
It's not me.
Hey, work.
Or
Uh-huh.
let them turn. Okay, let them. No, not really. I cannot even.
You don't even have the words.
Yeah.
For you, it's just a no.
What about you, Pitney?
Yes, I'd accept them.
Even your children.
Even my children.
Yeah.
That baby came out of my womb.
Okay.
So I have to accept
Tell-
whatever. I'm just gonna die with them.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever they decide, I'm just always gonna be by their
Can I
side.
ask one question, Brittany?
Yeah.
What do you think
Mm-hmm.
can make your child become a gay person or a bisexual or transgender?
Do you really think they are born that way?
I wouldn't say they're born that way.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I didn't expose that child enough to the world, to the real world. You get. So
What if you expose them, like you expose them, you feel like you've exposed them enough, but then they still come to you and say, okay, yeah, mom.
still, let's not forget. Hoping by that time I'm married to a man, so you know what you do you. I mean, my feelings directed me towards a man. If yours direct you towards a lady and you're a girl, you do you. I mean, it doesn't. Just do you.
Me to be
Just
to be
you.
honest, I wouldn't like to have like one child. I'd like to have like 4 of them.
So that in case one
in case
fails.
one of them ataanguka exam, I'm like wewe
No,
tembea.
no. For me,
And
even
then
if,
decide.
for me, even if I have that one, or I have,
just-
even if I adopt one,
Yeah.
and like they are not my blood, and I adopt them in my house, you have to be straight.
The effort you put in, they have to go with it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Yesterday, I think I said it.
Yeah.
For me, in my house, I have to be someone who is like
Taking
taking
control.
of everything. I'm
But
sure.
I think that's what I'd say. For me, it's okay. You can be all that, but let's just respect each other's boundaries. By this time, I'm thinking, no, my child stays in my place. From a Christian background,
Yeah.
do not use my house for your evil activities.
No.
I will go to the outside. I don't
By the
know,
way,
but,
Britney,
do not
but
use
then-
my house for your
But
evil
then, yeah,
activities.
you're a Christian. Would you actually accept that? Because in Christianity,
Yeah.
you still accept your
I'd
child.
still, I'd still accept them.
No, but you
But
know-
kumbuka mbinguni, you're going alone. Heaven, you're going alone.
For sure.
You're going alone. So
But if you say that in your house, do you know, like you giving your child a reason to be gay or bisexual, that is enough to tell them that they can do anything. Even in your house, they can do, like you've given them the freedom to do what they're doing.
with their life.
Yeah, with their life. What makes you think that they won't be in your house and do that?
And do the same thing, because I'm sure even me, my mom knows I've done some freaky shit in our house. I'm sure.
We'll talk about that later. So for me, I think I'll just tell them like it's okay. That's the path you want to take. It's fine. But you see this house, these walls, they're not. They don't take in. whatever you're
Haijakubali
doing.
hiyo maneno.
Yeah. So wewe fanya mambo yako huko nje. When you come here, it is my rules.
My regulations.
My regulations,
Oh.
and I won't control your life, but what is mine,
Yeah.
including my house and all that, I don't control.
As a matter of
And
fact,
that means if you're going anywhere with me, please just act like a normal person.
No, the problem is they won't. Once
I'll slap the shit out of you. How do you
No.
go
They
embarrass
won't.
me?
They
How
won't.
do
I'll tell you why.
embarrass me?
I'll tell you why.
Look at this.
Uh-huh.
Right now, you are on Instagram.
Yes.
Go
Yes.
to Kinuthia. Do you know the person who came with the word Kinuthia, Andrew Kibe?
Yeah.
Who he calls Kinuthia every now and again. He's a guy called Kinuthia, and if you
He's
go-
actually he's an actual guy.
He's
he's an
actual
actual
guy.
guy. And if you go to the
He's actually
Instagram
even-
account,
Probably
Actually,
homosexual, right?
homosexual.
He's never
If you go
said
to-
it. Ama he said it.
No,
You don't have to say it.
you don't have
Actions
to-
speak louder than words.
You see what he posts, what he posts,
But-
even how sometimes he posts like everything. It's like he documents his life.
Oh, shit.
And if you see, even when he goes to the grandma, he behaves like a lady. He has like won everything like lady. If there's any celebration,
Yeah.
the other day was Mungai Eve's birthday.
Yeah.
He goes dressed like a lady. Like everything he does.
But I think I
it's
can
all on
explain.
his Instagram account. Those people, whether in private or public, they'll behave the same.
Do you think
they
that
won't,
this-
even if you slap the crowd?
just a question before I forget. Do you think homosexuality is legally illegal, like marijuana? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Like corruption in Kenya. Like corruption is legally illegal in Kenya. Like when there's a bribe policy, it's illegal in the constitution, but we do it legally.
Yeah.
Even marijuana, people smoke it in Kenya, but it's illegal in our constitution. And even when you see right now, so like on Mother's Day, I took my mom out, right? And I was taking my mom out. We went to Pizza Inn. As we were ordering, a flock of homosexuals just came into the place, and they were ladies, and they were doing it very publicly. By publicly, I mean they were holding each other, kissing each other, running with each other, and being all romantic around the mall and shit. And no one was saying anything. No one beat them. No one took legal action. You see, in Uganda, you do that, you're screwed. You're going to jail, and probably you're even going to get
Even in
killed.
Arab countries, you're stoned to death.
Even in Arab countries, are stoned to death. But in Kenya, yes, we say it's wrong. We say it's moral wrong. We're a Christian nation, but yet people do it. They're doing it live on social media. Then they're doing it live as people even see in public places.
Yeah, I think it's legally illegal in that there's a way whereby these people have been given they've been given some freedom.
Yeah.
In that if you even do something, I hear nowadays they have even like some NGOs.
And were those NGOs passed through?
Definitely, because there was this was it Biden's wife?
Yeah, who came and
Yeah.
they gave money and
Yeah,
everything.
Definitely, they are given some.
So that thing
because even
went
the
to-
court,
sh-
the Supreme Court, passed a law
Yeah.
with regards to them.
Yeah.
So I think it's legally legal in that people have already accepted it in a way whereby, okay, if you want to be LGBTQ, let me
Let me do me and you
But
do what you
for
want to
me,
do.
For me, I also have friends who
Yeah.
are LGBTQ, but what I normally tell them is whenever we go to a place, you just don't act as if you're LGBTQ because not everyone will accept you.
Yeah, for sure.
You just act like you're normal, but not in a normal type of way whereby now you'll be feeling like you are left out.
Yeah.
Just act like someone who, with regards to that situation, like you've come to celebrate with us, just celebrate with that, but don't get to those LGBTQ stuff.
Yeah.
That way, you'll be okay. But if someone comes to you and say, okay, yeah, you know you are nice, you're
So,
beautiful, I
bro-
want to be with you, okay.
I'm telling you, bro, I tried to do that, yeah? I tried to tell those bros to calm down. So I took them out to a party, right? Took them out, and first cup in, second cup in, third glass in of wine, and they went berserk. So it was like 3 men twerking in the club, and they are all in on my seat, you know. Me, them just wanted to watch some football, but then these men are now twerking, bro, on each other. So you can understand the humiliation. I had to creep out of that place
Yeah, and you know,
I had
one
to
thing,
creep out.
people will also see you like as one of them.
as one of them. So I had to pay the bill low key and creep out of that place. And I only paid my bill. So,
That's mean.
oh, come on, really? But what are your thoughts on all that, Britney?
I know
It's a
you.
really tough topic,
Yeah.
but then
Morally speaking,
morally speaking, it's wrong. But now the world is changing. If we can accept the world is changing in so many other ways, why can't we change for this? If there's so many other trends that we pick from the West and it's okay, why can't we be okay with this? It's just a mindset.
it's all I'm
It's
asking.
just a traditional mindset that I feel y'all have, and it's for
Well,
me. It's okay for them to be like that, and it's okay for them to go to the mall and act like that. If I can go to the mall and hold hands with my boyfriend, why can't they?
All I'm just asking is where do we draw the line as Africans? Where do we draw the line as Kenyans? Where do we draw the line as 254? You know what I'm talking about? The fact that we have our neighbors in Uganda standing up and saying that they do not want that because they know morally they can draw the line right there.
I feel like Kenyans do want it low key.
Yeah, there you go. Say it again.
They do
Say
want
it again.
They do want it low key because I have. There's so many relationships that maybe it's me and my boyfriend that you people knew, but until I'm drunk and all that, now I don't want my boyfriend anymore.
Oh.
And it's okay. There's some relationships that it's actually okay. So Kenyans have accepted it low key, but they just don't want to come out clean and say, for us it's okay. But I do feel like it is okay for Kenyans.
Do you know where I think this stuff starts? I think it starts in school, in high school.
Yeah.
I think it starts in those high schools where the boys' high schools, girls' high schools.
Yeah,
I thought-
there's a story that was aired out whereby a parent, a mother, didn't know that the child is being sodomized by another child. And the child also, they were so young, like 7 years old, being sodomized by 12, 15 years old. The child did not know what they are doing. So then when now the mother was trying to, like, this mother had a house help.
Yeah, sure.
And the house help was like, doing the washing the child and everything, bathing the child. But now, when one day the house help took a leave, the mom started bathing the child. And when she realized that this child's butthole is not okay, that's when she started asking the child, like, what's
really happening?
Then the child now starts telling her that this boy has been doing this to me, and he has been giving me these foods or sweets to do this and this. Yeah. And now that child, in their own mindset, they do not know that this is wrong.
Yeah.
They do not know.
Yeah.
But now, when these types of school, you allow children like that to be, that's where now it has happened. Actually, I'm one person who it has happened to.
Yeah, for sure. Me and you both. It happened.
because
May have
for
been
me,
there.
for me, I was almost raped by a gay person in high school. And I broke that guy's. I doubt if he has teeth right now.
Yeah.
I doubt if he has, because I took an iron rod and beat his teeth out.
In.
Like, yeah, and he was doing it like when we were sleeping in the dormitory.
Of course, yeah.
So he comes and starts touching me and doing more. But my neighbor told me, okay, at night this guy wears a mask and comes touch you. Because for me, if I sleep,
You sleep.
I'm a very
deep sleeper.
Deep sleeper. So if I sleep, I don't know what's happening. So that thing, like now, at that, when I was told that this guy does this, I couldn't sleep the following day. So I just waited for him.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, he was sleeping down on the down bed. It was like a double decker. So he's sleeping down, I'm up. So I decided to arm myself with an iron rod.
Yeah.
When I knew that he's waking up, I just waited for him to do the first touching. That guy regretted that day.
And that and I've seen such cases in high school. In high school, when you got known, when you got made,
Yeah.
people used to beat you very badly.
Yeah.
But I want us to fast forward a little bit. And Britney, this is on you, because you seem like at least you have accepted where the world is going. Because this is what we may accept. See whether we are acting traditional. With all the LGBTQ and so on and so forth, there's a lot of also gender inequality that is creeping up. Yeah. The fact that a man can actually assume the gender of a woman, go compete in women's sports and win the women's sport. So even as you said, we have even people who are swimming. So there's a guy who's an amateur. He's an amateur swimmer in the male side, but he decided overnight to convert as a woman, and he went and competed with women. That guy was only taking one stroke, and and he's beating all these women. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then you want to cry gender inequality. This man took the money and took the title.
This was a situation. Sorry to disrupt you. There was a situation. It was. I think it was last month. Where there was a tournament for chess players.
Yeah.
And there's this nigger who tried to act like a woman. He wore like this hijab and everything, and went ahead. I think he reached the finals. That's when they realized, oh no, this is a man.
Exactly.
And they had to remove
They had
him.
to remove him.
Yeah.
And that's something that is creeping up. Originally, it was before we had the LGBTQ movement and everything. It was male and women. We knew there was a little bit of inequality probably in the workplace and so on and so forth. And probably we'll talk about that even as we go on. But right now, there is that. With the LGBTQ coming up, there is that shift in inequality. Who do you really think that is something that you would like to see in your society, in your world, in the world that you? Because let's say you have a son or a daughter who really likes to run, and then some other guy just comes, says he's a woman, and beats your daughter in the same race.
Well, that's okay with me. At a point, I tell my daughter, you need to keep up. I mean,
You need to,
practice more.
but you can't. The way men are made and the way women are made is
No.
very different.
No.
Yes.
A masculine man is not the same as this feminine man. The man we're talking about who's not converting to like be Abigail. they lose that. They're not a man really. They're just like another
Listen,
girl.
no matter how many
let me-
pills of
let me ask
estrogen
you-
or testosterone you
yeah,
take,
yeah. Let me
you
ask
will always be stronger.
Okay, I don't know about
Okay,
this.
yes, but now at the part I tell my daughter that it's okay. Now what you need to do is more practice.
Okay.
Practice.
Yeah. Brittany, let me ask you this. I don't know, but let me just ask you this. You're also a footballer, and will you mind competing against, like, okay, you have a football team, women football team, and I have a male football team.
Yeah.
Would you want to compete against us?
Yeah.
That's unfair.
That's unfair.
That's
definitely.
unfair.
It's unfair.
That's unfair
So
because
there's no equality or inequality. It's just the roles. If the women can stick to the roles that they know the best, and the men stick to the roles that they know the best, fine, well and good. You know what I'm
But
talking?
has changed. This person is no longer a man.
No, but what
apart from
He has
just like,
changed mentally. He has changed mentally, but physically, he's still a man. He can run faster. When he shoots the ball, it goes faster than a woman's shot. So, like, his physique is still male because we said sex. Sex
Yeah.
is the biology,
the
right?
biology, yeah.
So,
was the-
sex-wise, he's a male. He has male figures, male muscles. Regardless of how many pills of estrogen the guy pops, he's still a male, right?
No, he is.
But then mentally, he says, "I'm a woman."
Just like if he mentally feels like a woman, you know that's his gender. We've said it's a characteristic and it's a behavior. So already in his mind,
Brittany, I'm going to ask you this question: do you really think that shit is real?
I do think it is real. I do think it is real.
Babe, come
I do
on,
think
mama.
it is real. I do think it's
So
real.
For sure.
So right
That
now,
someone can actually feel.
Like a woman. Beat the sense into that guy.
there's even people who.
So you want to beat them like physically? No.
Yeah, beat him.
No.
Beat the sense into him.
No. If we can take in tomboys, then we should also take the other gender.
But tomboys are different. You know, tomboys is just a lady trying to act like a man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
sure,
a tomboy
sure.
and
They
it's
know,
like bigger
they
mimi.
know. No, but they know that they are definitely women. But this is a situation whereby you see, you even go further and decide, okay. The other day I saw something on Twitter whereby there's some men in the US, they decided to remove, no, there's some ladies, sorry, they decided to remove their tits.
Yeah.
Like they want to be men.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's okay.
Aye.
And that's okay. If I want to be a man, why can't
What
I?
does the Bible
No,
say? What does the Bible
what?
say?
About what? The Bible has many pages.
We are
You're not supposed to assume.
We
And
are fearfully and
made.
wonderfully made.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
are, we are
it
image
says.
of
Look,
God.
the same way you
And-
cannot
and I
choose
want
your
to say-
tribe, the same way you cannot choose your race, you cannot choose your gender.
I can. It says that
Size
you're wonderfully made.
mimi ni Kamau niamue I will be a Kisii right now.
So you go learn Kisi. Go learn Kisi and then
And
you change your name.
na nikaenda
No,
Makisii.
the roots,
See-
the
see
roots,
ndio?
the roots,
God
the roots
damn.
that the what, how do you call it? The lineage?
Yeah,
doesn't allow him to be a
easy
Kisii.
kubali.
That you see now.
Or
That's
if I was
depending
black.
on the
Okay,
opinion.
let's use race.
Which opinion?
Let's use race.
Your lineage. If I wake up today and decide, personally today I don't feel like you're a Kenyan anymore, I just pack my shit.
Okay,
go start
Britney,
somewhere else.
Britney.
If I tell you right now that I am a white lesbian, is that statement true? Look at me right now. I am a white lesbian.
The first question will be is do you have the genes to be white? No. Okay. Have you been there before you say
No,
you're white?
I'm saying lesbian, not gay.
lesbian.
I said white lesbian. I didn't say white gay man. I said white
Where kizungu
lesbian.
ilikuja na male now, but still, okay, I feel like you can't be lesbian.
Of course no, because if you
Ah,
look
if
at
you
me
want
right
to, if you want, you can. If you want, you can.
I believe like this is just a hoax and people are just jumping onto a trend unconsciously.
Yeah.
And I think the repercussions that we're going to bear from this is going to be detrimental, not only to us but to our future generations.
Oh yeah, it is gonna be, but the best we can hope is as we are messing things up, the generation to come is gonna see our mess and fix it. But
can't.
us we're beyond fixing. They
These people,
can.
these people are too
They
blind.
They
can.
can't.
If it's not- if
right
it's-
now, today I was in a matatu and I heard someone saying like, and it's true. This statistic was even taken. Like nowadays, even men marrying is like men of nowadays do not even. And someone was like,
Yeah. They're running away
Yeah,
from
they're running away
marriage.
from marriage.
Yeah, for sure.
Broken souls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
so who
course.
will
Yeah,
fix
who's
Who will fix them?
yeah.
Okay, I believe as a man, if you can't identify your problem, fix it, or find a way to fix it, you're weak.
The
You're
same
weak.
way.
Look
the same
for
way Britney
Kibe.
right now.
Look
No,
for Kibe. Look
but
for
Britney-
Kibe.
Okay, yeah. But now Kibe even doesn't allow marriage. Kibe.
Kibe doesn't even allow. He doesn't even advocate for marriage.
People don't understand Kibe.
But now the thing is, Britney, you know, for you are saying he'll be a weak person, a
Yeah.
weak man,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But tell me, how is he a weak man compared to a man who is trying to be a gay? Is that
a man who's trying to take away his own masculinity and turn
become
it
a lady.
and become feminine. That man, I think, is more weak than a
Yeah,
man
I
who
accept.
will refuse even
yeah,
to be
that
married.
man is weak. We've agreed that
So you will
David
accept
is
that
weaker
your
than-
son,
Yeah,
you'll
so he's
accept
trying
your
to be
son, you'll accept
So
that
you'll
your
accept
son.
a weak son?
a weak son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like you said it, the title is on here.
no.
Weak is-
That's your blood.
That's your blood.
that's my
And
blood.
let-
But don't control the flow.
He'll be the one. But your let me say your lineage. Like
Wango bana. Lies. It's
why
not
do you
the
think?
one.
Why do you think? Let me ask you something. Why do you think many people prefer to have male children rather than female? Because a female will go.
Yeah.
She'll be taken.
Atenda,
a male,
but do you know they never leave their huts?
Wow.
Their hearts always remain at
Britney.
home. Their
Yeah.
hearts always remain at home.
Yeah, but
Their hearts will always remain at home.
Okay,
Yes,
let me
they've
also
gone
tell you
there.
this.
Let me tell you,
Let me ask you this.
only women, dogs, and children are loved unconditionally, and that's why men who try to act like women, that's what they're trying to do. Basic line: if a man can turn into a woman, then he can get the privileges that a woman can get.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So he can get loved unconditionally, and that's what these people are trying to get.
Sasa utaki apendwe.
Mwanaume ni akwe hard.
you have to be hard.
Quite hard.
Yeah, because
But now, not everything goes. Even in the factories, you manufacture things, and not everything will be 100%. Kutakuwa tuna that 5% that won't meet the quality you get.
Yeah.
So even let's just say that in this generation we have that 5% that's not gonna meet it.
Me,
and it's fine.
I've
We have
always
to accept them.
yeah, but now what you're trying to say is I doubt if our generation to come they're going to be fixers. It's going to be more worse.
this is our plate.
Yeah.
Because back in the day we used to have Wonder Woman. Now we are wondering if it is a woman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We look at a girl and we don't even know anymore. You understand?
Yeah.
You go to the club, you're seated by yourself with your boys, and then the next table is a group of women grinding on each other.
Is
And
it
then
wrong?
and then you try
it wrong?
and then you try to go and ask them to have a good time, and they push you away. You're like,
wrong.
No,
It's
it's
wrong.
wrong. No, it is not
It's
wrong.
only wrong when these women they have maybe their husband, boyfriends, fiancés.
Yeah.
That's when it's wrong.
Yeah.
But when now they're pushing you away because they are lesbians, that's not okay, man.
It is okay. It
It's
is
not
okay.
okay.
It is okay.
Like
It
how
is okay.
broken are these people?
Yeah.
How broken is someone to turn to someone who they're not supposed to be?
all right,
Yeah,
guys.
I do agree they're broken.
You do agree they're broken. Okay. I do know we have talked a lot of things, and today's show it was more controversial than yesterday's show because today tumepata two different opinions. Yesterday we were all in agreement, but leo tumepata two divided opinions. So we're going to end the show therefore today. I know watu wengi sana wamebambika na what we have talked about, and it's amazing that at least leo nimepata contradiction kiasi that kuna venye Britney anafikiria, kuna venye Mabazela anafikiria. Mimi niko na wewe Mabazela, otherwise men gotta stick together.
Oh no, please, they need to comment. They need to comment and tell us
Okay,
what
yeah.
do they think.
By the way, go down in the comments below. Let's know what you guys think about the talk today about LGBTQ crawling up into Kenya, and about gender roles, and about sex, and about the topic that you have heard us talking about today. Man, this has been amazing. Thank you, Mabizela, for coming in. Thank you, Britney, as well, the beautiful and the one and only.
You're welcome.
And we will be again and again here at the Amateur Show. As I tell everybody listening to me, I'm your host with the most, the man with the plan, Stephen Hazan. And as I always going to tell you people, that is HAXANS for everybody listening in. Thank you very much. As we exit, this is Niviri, the storyteller, with BN and Ben Soul, Nikki Lewa. God damn. See you guys next time at the Amateur Hour. Peace, deuces.
This is Hendrik Sam. sometimes, not all the time, but just sometimes. The storyteller, yeah. Sipendi ukitoka nga sherehe mapema, ukiniwacha solo kwa keja. Sipendi ukinitowanga timing when you whining. Bad girl, come find me. Mbogi ikicall ni dangerous. Chumisi nangaro ya kusema no. Stay close to your phone, baby, you already know. Kila saa nikilewa natoanga simu, natumia watu pesa. Oh, nikilewa nakupigia simu na kushona kupenda. Usitake jua nikilewa, usitake jua nikilewa. Ukapoka nimelewa, ukapoka nimelewa. Kila saa nikilewa, ukapoka nimelewa. Kila saa nikilewa, ukapoka nimelewa. Kila saa nikistone, miuka mbali na phone, juhoni ngisha kwa zone. Sad nigga, I was crying in the shower. Nimemiss your cologne, nimemiss your kimono. I remember your tone, naise sample kwa song. Watu club, I miss making love. Na nikiwa shut up, nakumbuka yo wap. Ulinieka kwa trap, it's a rap. Hii kitu ina slap. No cap, ulini kill my time. Actually still deal na done. Nimelewa, kila saa nikilewa, ukapoka nimelewa. Kila saa nikilewa, ukapoka nimelewa.
rising star.